right, YouTube, I'm coming at you, man. This is on Goodbye USA, man. It's Sunday afternoon over here in Cambodia. It is the week of Khmer New Year. Okay, it started last Friday, and it will not end until a week from this Monday. Okay, that means there's 9 days of people not working. The government's going to be closed. Everything's going to be closed. The schools are closed. The government's going to be closed. The small businesses are going to be closed. Everybody's going to be closed, and they're going to go back to their homeland on buses. They got to bring them back on buses because a lot of people ain't got no damn car. They ain't got no way to get there, so they have these buses lined up. They bus people back to their homeland or provinces. And I understand it's a culture thing, okay? But you can shut it down and have a good time for 1 or 2 days, maybe 3 days, but it's a 9-day event. That means these people are not going to be making any money, really, for the next 9 days, okay? And like I said, it's a culture thing. I'm not trying to change it. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. I'm just telling you guys that these third world countries have these weird culture deals that the whole country closes, and all it is a reason to drink and party. Okay? Not only are they not making any money, okay, but their children aren't going to school. It was kind of nice. I went for a bicycle ride today. Didn't hardly see a lot of places open. A lot of places were closed. Wasn't too much traffic on the road, so it was pretty nice. But I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand a lot of culture things over here. Maybe it's because I just grew up different in a different environment. But I see. I'll post some pictures later on a YouTube post. I see young ladies, and they have these marriages. They have these like a big white tent they put in front of the house, so you know where the lady lives, and you can tell in the area that it is absolute poverty. I mean, these girls will marry a man that has no way in the world of taking care of them. Okay? There's no hope for them. They have probably zero education. Not only will these girls marry these guys, okay, knowing that there's no way he can take care of them. It's just not happening. And you can tell by the way the area they live in. Unless they're just one of these secret millionaires, which I'm pretty doubtful of that. These girls are committed to a life of poverty. Okay, and 9 months after the wedding, the babies are going to start coming out. And they'll have 2, 3, 4 children running around. The lady will be washing her clothes by the edge of the street. Okay? Washing her dishes the same way by the edge of the street. Children running around with no clothes on or half dressed. They'll be out there with a bucket and like a little pot, giving the children baths right there on the edge of the street. And a lot of these little villages, they're not even. They make these little shacks or whatever you want to call them, and their sewer line just goes right out to the street. Okay, they don't even hook it up to the sewer. You ride by there and you see this black water, and you know what it smells like. You guys know what sewer water smells like. It's just black, and it's just like I said. And these girls are signing up for a lifetime of that. There is no hope of them coming out of poverty. Okay? There's no hope. And I don't understand why a young lady would, or even her family would allow her to marry a man. And I'm not saying you got to marry somebody for money. That's not what I'm saying. But you got to at least be able to take care of your wife and your kids. And they will live in a little shack built probably on the parents or somebody's land uh, that they have. And like I said, they will have no running water. They will have no electricity. Um, you're going to see if you look at some of my videos, man, they just, like I said, it's just absolute, like I said, 139th poorest country in the world. Probably 30–40% of the people over here can't even read and write their own language. And I do have to admit, the Cambodian language is a difficult language to read and write. For me, it's just a bunch of designs. But it's their writing. Anyways, there's no hope of the man making enough money to support that family. And like I said, I just can't understand why they do that. You know, even in the inner cities in the USA, you guys know what I'm talking about. There'll be these ladies that have 6, 7 kids, and all the babies' daddies are either in jail or they're out there just, smoking weed, just doing whatever they're doing. And it's like, what gets in these girls' minds to make them think that that's the right thing to do? I don't understand. Are they that desperate for a husband that they will just marry somebody or have or have multiple children with multiple men, knowing those men can't take care of them? Even if you try to go after them for child support, they ain't got no money. They ain't working, right? And it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like I said, I live here in Cambodia. It's probably around my diet. It's my home now. And the reason I live here is because it's so damn cheap. Okay? I mean, it's just so damn cheap. Some of these international schools, okay? I don't even know if they're some of these private schools, the children pay per day. Okay? They pay 10,000 real, which is $2.50 a day. And if that child doesn't come to school with $2.50, he ain't coming to school that day. They just don't send him. Okay? And a lot of times, like I said, the families just live hand to mouth. Okay? If they don't sell whatever they're trying to sell that day, whether it's watermelons, coconuts, meat, brooms, whatever the hell that they're trying to sell, and they don't make enough money, the child doesn't go to school the next day. And that is just a continuation of the poverty. As much as I hate to say this, I don't want the U.S. to send any more money over here to these third world countries. I live in one, and I'm telling you, it is just a waste of your money. Number one, it's going to line the pockets of the government. That's just the way it is, okay? Any money that's sent over here is going to have to go through some kind of government organization, and it even if it did trickle down to the people, okay, it's only going to be a small amount. And Cambodia has a terrible problem. They won't admit it. I'm going to tell you what it is. They're number one in alcoholism in Southeast Asia. Everybody over here, I don't drink alcohol, but everybody over here, every event, everything has to have alcohol involved. It can be a 2-year-old's birthday party, and there's going to be plenty of alcohol there, plenty of beer. They don't. When I say alcohol, they buy this cheap beer because it's cheap over here. I think it's like 50 cents a can, something like that. So that's what they buy. They just buy cases of this cheap beer. And their inability to have discipline in their lives, their alcoholism, the ability that they have no education, and they don't, and for them, they don't understand that. They don't understand. You can't explain to them how education will bring you out of poverty. They want to blame the Vietnam War. Okay? Well, the Vietnam War ended 50 years ago. Okay? Most of the people that were involved in that Vietnam War are old people by now. And this generation, they're just absolutely lazy. All they want to do is just lay around, look at their phones, and everything. And like I said, it don't make me no difference. Okay? It doesn't make me any difference whatsoever. We're doing quite well, myself. After Khmer New Year's over, I'm probably going to head out into the province area. I've looked around the city for a teaching job. It's not really that I need the money. It's just I'm only 67. And for me, I'm still young. I know I look old, but I take pretty good care of myself. I mean, I'm not really muscular like I was when I was young, obviously, and I've had some hip surgery and knee surgery, so I got to be careful on that. On the exercise part. But I try to keep myself healthy. I take vitamins. I don't eat processed food. I don't drink. I don't smoke. The only you could say the only drugs that I really do is I do take, and I know it's wrong, I do take sleeping medicine every night so I go to sleep. Okay? Because I can just go to the pharmacy and buy it. And I do take it every night to sleep. Okay? I take that medicine, man, 15, 20 minutes later, I am in deep, deep sleep. And because I've done it for so many years, I just pop my head up 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, something like that. And it's time for me to get up, man. I got to get up and go drink me some coffee. So, but to get back to the way these people live over here, don't feel sorry when if you guys come over here or you see all these sad videos, these people whining and crying, they ain't got no damn money. You can go ahead and send them money. Okay? One more thing. Okay? If you go on X, any of these other damn chat rooms, I don't know if I actually deleted my X account. I just uninstalled it from my app, from my phone, from my laptop, and all the rest of it. It was just that's just a nasty ass platform. Any of these girls that you see on X or any of these other chat rooms, if they tell you they're from Cambodia, don't send them any money. Chances are they got a husband or a boyfriend or whatever it is at home. Even if you talk to them on FaceTime, even if you know they're not AI, they're going to give you some sob story about they don't have any food in their refrigerator and all blah, blah, blah. And they're going to tell you to send them $30 or $20 gift card, this gift card thing, whatever. Just don't do it. I mean, if you guys want to do it, it's up to you. It's your money. But I'm just telling you, they're scamming you. Okay? They're scamming you because they are living in absolute poverty and their husbands cannot take care of them. Okay? Like I said, I ride my bicycle early in the morning. As soon as the sun comes up, I try to get out there and ride because it's hot like hell over here, man. And I ride for 2 or 3 hours, so I want to get an early start, man. By the time I get back, it's really hot. And I'm riding my bicycle around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm seeing these men just sitting around over here just sitting around drinking beer early in the morning, weekends, just hanging around, and their wives, just like I said, just living in absolute poverty. So if you want to donate money, I used to volunteer for Salvation Army. That's a really good company, a really good outfit. It's not really a company; it's an organization. I used to volunteer for the Salvation Army, and I used to also volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. I used to build houses, carpenter, and I would build houses on Saturdays. That's the only time I had. And those are some pretty good organizations. I don't really know about the American Red Cross. I've heard some things where they pay really high salaries to their people, so I'm not going to recommend them. But like I said, the Salvation Army, I believe about 85% of what they bring in actually does go to poor people. And Habitat for Humanity is obviously building homes for people that could never own a home. And like I said, both those organizations I haven't been involved with if you want to donate money. But don't send money over here to these scam girls on this X or any of these other platforms, as soon as they tell you, as soon as they mention they're from Cambodia, just my suggestion to you is just to delete and block them, because most likely they have a boyfriend or a husband. Most likely they have children. They're going to give you all these scam stories, all this stuff. They ain't got no food and all the rest of this stuff. And it's only because usually the husband's an alcoholic and they have no way of making money. Okay? Like I said, if you want to support that kind of activity, well, it's your money. Okay? One last thing before I go. I got 2 channels. I got Goodbye USA and Live Rich Cambodia. And I'm kind of wanting to shut down Live Rich Cambodia. I only got 77 subscribers, and I got 112 on this one. So, 2 YouTube channels. It's kind of rough for me to do it, especially if I go back to teaching full time. So, I'm wanting everybody from Live Rich Cambodia, if you can, click over and subscribe to Goodbye USA. It's pretty much the same message. I probably should have only started out listening to ChatGPT. I probably should have only started out with 1 YouTube channel, and then after I grew that one up, they made another one. So I kind of made a little error right there, made a mistake. So if you guys are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, don't start 2, just start 1, build that one up, and then start another one. So I did it kind of backwards. I should have just started the ones. Anyways, I appreciate everybody. If you guys can hit like and subscribe if you watch this video. And I enjoy you guys' comments, man. People have really been leaving a lot of really nice comments. Some of them are kind of funny, man. Somebody asked me one day, was I on drugs? And I had to laugh, man. I'm not on any drug. I'm on the drug of life, man. Like I said, the only drug I take is at night. That's before I go to bed. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't even know that kind of stuff. I'm just on the drug of life, man. So my email is in the description. If you please hit like and subscribe, and do leave a comment, man. I like to hear from you guys, man. I really enjoy reading your comments, and please keep watching my videos, man. Like I said, I want to eventually cut it down to just 1 channel. So if you're watching this, tell your friends and family, whoever, man. Click subscribe. They don't even have to watch my ugly face on the video, man. Just hit subscribe, would you? Please? Thank you. All right, man. You guys have a good one. And I know it doesn't mean anything to you guys over there, but happy Khmer New Year. All right, man. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.